All right, welcome back. Today the focus is on our calf muscles. So there's two muscles, your gastrocnemius and your soleus that sit down there that help with that ankle flexion extension. Now we want to set ourselves up for success. There is a seated and a standing version. We'll go over the standing version first, and then we'll talk about the seated. A couple cues to think about. Feet in underneath the hips, toes facing forward to at least start off. And now when I exhale and I push into the floor, I make sure that my toes don't blade out like that. We don't want this to happen. So we're thinking about pushing the two big toes of each foot into the floor to elevate those heels, and then we're slowly coming back down. Now from the side angle, and back down. Again, it's an exhale as we raise, two big toes pushing into the floor, and gentle lowering the heels back down. Now you can play around with this a little bit in terms of foot position. If you turn those feet slightly out and then you go into that same raise, you're going to feel engaged a little more on the outside of those calves muscles. That's okay. Sometimes it's okay to play around with stuff like that and engage the muscles in a different way. The other thing that's going to change is how much knee bend you have. So we don't really ever want to lock the knees out. So like keeping them fully straight. So you also have a slight bend there. But the more we bend those knees, you're going to feel it come up higher in that group of calf muscles as well. So there's two ways to play around with that to engage differently down into that group of calves muscles. Now, the seated version is almost exactly the same. Nothing changes except for I'm seated. As always, good posture from the seated position. And I want my ankles underneath my knees. And the same thing, I'm going to exhale, push my two big toes into the floor, elevate the heels, feel that squeeze, and then gently lower. Same things apply. So you can turn those feet slightly out